Tonight on Oswego Now, as Earth Day approaches, learn how you can give back to the environment.
Plus, the Oswego Theater Department is holding their last show of the semester. Find out how to get tickets.
And the latest information on a missing person in Oswego. We'll have live coverage.
This is Oswego Now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Clarissa Karki.
And I'm Kaylee Richmond.
Tonight in the city of Oswego, first responders continue to search for a body allegedly seen in the Oswego River. The search coincides with a report of a missing person earlier this week.
Oswego Now reporter Kyle Schnaufer is live on the shore of the Oswego River where the search is continuing today. Kyle?
Thanks, guys. Reports last Sunday of a body being seen in the Oswego River has prompted a widespread investigation right here. Oswego police officers, firefighters, and the Coast Guard have come along to try and locate this missing person. After 2 days, the search was called off Tuesday afternoon after the search came up empty, and no missing person reports were filed in the area. But the search was resumed after the missing person report was filed for an Oswego man, relayed on Thursday to be Kenneth Gardner Jr., who was reported missing from his home at the Lock 7 Apartments on East 1st Street Tuesday night. The Oswego Police Department gave us a statement this morning stating that Gardner has not been seen since this past weekend and is most likely the person seen in the river by the witnesses this weekend. Oswego Fire Chief and Emergency Management Director Paul Conzone says that although the search will continue, the effort has few obstacles in the way.
We'll run our drone every day, and we'll patrol the shoreline. As far as putting our boat in the water, it's staffing levels that we have, and also weather. We just have no leads on where this body could be, so it's kind of a needle in the haystack kind of thing. So
the search will be continuing over the next couple days here at the river, and the Oswego Police Department urges anybody with information on Gardner's whereabouts to give them a call. That's all for me. Back to the desk.
Governor Hochul, in a statement today, directed flags to half-staff to honor the Syracuse Police Department and the Onondaga County Sheriff's deputy who were shot and killed Sunday. Flags will be lowered from sunrise tomorrow until sunset Monday, April 22nd. The two officers killed in the line of duty were Onondaga County Sheriff's Lieutenant Michael Husick and Syracuse Police Officer Michael Jensen.
Lieutenant Husick served as a public servant for Onondaga County for more than 20 years and volunteered as a firefighter. Officer Jensen joined Syracuse Police Department in 2022 and earned Officer of the Month award in December of 2023. Funeral services for Jensen will take place tomorrow in Rome, and funeral services for Husick will take place on Monday at the Expo Center at the New York State Fairgrounds.
A pair of events tonight, sponsored by SUNY Oswego's Native American Studies program, will include a screening of O'Haracon Under the Husk. The 26-minute documentary follows a journey of two Mohawk girls as they take their traditional rights of Mohawk women. This ceremony challenges them spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, shaping the women they become. In addition, today on campus, the Red Art installation project returns to campus, featuring dresses made by SUNY Oswego students. 10 red dresses will be displayed on campus from April 19th to May 3rd to raise awareness about the missing and murdered Indigenous women.
The Adams family has found a temporary home inside SUNY Oswego's Waterman Theater. Crowds flocked to get seats for the theater department's newest production, The Addams Family, a story about Wednesday Addams who falls in love with a boy from a more normal family. The musical features students from a wide variety of majors. While the lights were on the acting students, just out of sight of the crowds was an orchestra of 13 students and 3 professional musicians, all tasked with bringing musical composer Andrew Lipa's vision to life. One student is Nick Thaleen, a violinist who said his time in the pit orchestra has been a rewarding experience.
It's been so rewarding. It's really fun to be in the group ensemble because I would say we're all very serious musicians. So I don't have so many opportunities being in groups like this on campus because I'm a French major. It's really nice to just have this opportunity to be so close to the music and like make a bigger production, because it's not just the music.
The next show is Saturday, but it's sold out. Sunday's matinee starts at 2 p.m. and the final show is Sunday night. Curtain is at 7:30.
It's been raining in Oswego. What does that mean about pollen and people who suffer from allergies?
Well, for that, let's head over to Oswego now meteorologist Aurora Fitzgerald. Aurora?
Thanks, guys. So we have had a lot of pollen increase, but why is this happening right now? So, pollen forecast for you guys. Pollen is increasing this year and more people are becoming susceptible to having allergies. Now, why is this happening? Experts say that climate change is contributing to increasing pollen. When the weather gets warmer, everything starts to bloom, and that's when the pollen comes out. I myself have really bad allergies, but it's all right. And the wind and changes in temperature also affect pollen because the wind blows everything everywhere, and that's probably how it gets stuck on your clothes, and then you have to take a shower, all that stuff. However, rain actually brings hope for people with allergies. Rain will actually decrease the amounts of pollen, but I'll have my full forecast coming for you right up.
This Earth Day, SUNY Oswego will offer a week full of hands-on activities, including a spring day of service. The Arboretum on campus is one of the 5 Earth Day activities being offered on Friday, and it is welcoming volunteers and Greek organizations who have adopted a tree to learn more about the importance of tree maintenance. The program coordinator for Civic Engagement and Community Service, Kelsey Jones, says that providing opportunities like these are not only good for the environment, but are a community builder that allows students to come together despite their differences.
It's kind of like a beautiful story in my mind, because a story always has like a bunch of different pieces that don't interact and they come together for a similar outcome. It's really great to see them unite under the message of giving back to the community and wanting to put service at the forefront of what their org is kind of bringing to the table.
Spring Day of Service is Friday and also includes the Maple on Tap program, a lake cleanup, an opening garden, and a brunch. All activities will be weather dependent.
If you've taken a drive down Bridge Street in Oswego lately, flashes of neon green may have caught your eye at one of the city's newest restaurants, or should we say new-ish. You may remember the Wacko Gringo taco truck. It is now a full-service restaurant, and Oswego Now's Matt Sharamita takes us for an inside look and a taste.
Something is cooking on Bridge Street. A brand that Oswego is already familiar with continues to expand to keep up with the growing restaurant scene in the city. Wacko Gringo has recently opened their doors, bringing the community a full-size restaurant, a full-service bar, as well as an expanded menu. Restaurant owner Dan McKelvey shows no signs of stopping.
My plans for this particular location is, getting a bigger outdoor patio set up for a more outdoor dining experience for more of a 3 seasons around. Future plans in 5-6 years might be a rooftop bar on the side of the building over here. So just constantly reinvesting in the community and obviously looking for different markets in the next 5 or 6 years to grow into multiple locations potentially.
For McKelvey, the opening process has not been easy, as a complete remodel and restaffing of the restaurant has taken place. However, he says it's been an extremely rewarding process so far.
People are just excited to have no longer an eyesore on this corner on the main drag here in the city of Oswego.
Where people used to see an abandoned gas station and then a black taco truck, people can now see a hybrid Mexican restaurant that plans to serve the community in a variety of ways for the years to come. And the community has been responding to the change as well. Employee Ed Blount says that the changes made to the appearance and the menu have pleased their customers.
So far, I've only heard good things. People love the bar, they love the new menu items.
But what has been even more pleasing is their hospitality.
Well, we have some of the best customer service I've ever seen.
This is about more than just tacos for Wacko Gringo. This is about establishing and expanding a community right here in the heart of Oswego. But the food is an added bonus as well. Matt Sharamita, Oswego Now.
Coming up, an airstrike in central Iran adds to rising tensions in the Middle East, threatening to push the entire region into a war.
Plus, more information on what the event happened at Donald Trump's trial today.
Welcome back to Oswego Now. I'm your meteorologist, Aurora Fitzgerald. Taking a look at our conditions right now, temperature 53 degrees. You're probably seeing some scattered showers out there, and it definitely is windy. It looks like it's raining sideways. That's because of the wind right now. We have 18 miles per hour, possibly gusting up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. So be careful with your umbrellas. Humidity is at 70%, and it feels like 49 degrees. So there is a little bit of a wind chill. Oswego's sitting at 53 degrees, Fulton at 52, so does Point, and Central Square is at 51. So we're all relatively in the same place. Pulaski is at 48, Syracuse is at 49, so it's relatively in the low 50s or high 40s. Not too much going on out there, but there is a lot of rain. Is this rain going to stop? When's the sun going to come out? So the next 3 days, right now we have this green spot where we are in a cold front, and that cold front is going to move towards us, which is going to possibly bring more rain. And then the next day we have Saturday. We're still going to see some rain, and this blue line right here, we are behind the cold front. Therefore, we are in the cold front, so that is definitely going to bring more rain throughout the area. Now, if I pull this down right here, this is going into Sunday. Sunday, up above north, we're going to see actually some mixed precipitation. The temperatures are going to drop, and it feels like spring, but hopefully this high pressure right over here is going to bring the sun out early into next week and possibly even on Sunday. Now, if you're heading out tonight, your evening planner, 6 p.m., rainy and windy still. The temperature is going to drop, but you're still going to see some scattered showers throughout the day, and there's a chance of rain tonight as well. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, Saturday, still seeing some rain, 48 degrees. It's only hopefully going to go up to 60 degrees by Tuesday. Sunday and Monday, we're going to get a little break from the rain, and the sun's going to come out probably because of that high pressure moving in. But then Tuesday and Wednesday, still going to see some scattered showers and chances of rain. And then we have a 33 over here, so I really hope that's going to change. It's pretty cold. And that is all for my forecast. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Aurora. Moving on, a man is in critical condition as he sets himself on fire today outside of the courthouse where former President Donald Trump's hush money trial is taking place. The unidentified man was in designated protest area outside when flames suddenly erupted around him. Police officers and officials ran toward him and used a fire extinguisher to put out the fire. According to New York Police Department, the injured person was placed in an ambulance to be taken to Cornell Burns Unit. His motivations are unclear at the time.
And tensions are rapidly rising in the Middle East as U.S. official confirms an Israeli strike near Isfahan, Iran, early this morning. Iranian state news says the country activated its air defense systems. However, the U.S. official and Iranian media say the target was not nuclear. That's important because a top Iranian commander warned yesterday that if Israel keeps threatening to attack Iran's nuclear centers, his country could reconsider its nuclear policies. Iran has uranium that's enriched to ranges close to weapons grade, but in the past, it has insisted the nuclear program is peaceful. Coming up, hear more about the bittersweet ending of SUNY Oswego's open mic night for the spring semester.
Plus, hear from a career coach about how SUNY Oswego is helping students navigate their future careers. Welcome back. There are only 3 weeks left in the semester. Whether you need another review before you submit your applications or are unsure of where to start, seniors are invited to join the Career Services team in Penfield Library for a senior job search night next Tuesday from 5 to 8 p.m. Oswego Now's Kaylee Richmond sat down with career coach Elise Allington to discuss more about how seniors can benefit from attending this event. Kaylee?
Thanks, Clarissa. I'm joined here by Elise Allington today. She is the career coach for the School of Business and the organizer for the senior job search event that's happening next Tuesday in Penfield Library. Elise, thank you for joining me today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So can you give me a little bit of an overview of what the senior job search night is?
Yeah, so this idea actually kind of stemmed from one of our amazing interns last year, but we were trying to think of ways that we could kind of get more energy with the students around like searching for your first job, especially getting a job before graduation. So one of their ideas was to host a job search workshop where essentially students who are at any search or any part of the search process, whether they have no idea what they even want to do with their time after school or they just need someone to look over their resume, they can come at any stage and get help throughout the entire process. So ideally, they would have applied to multiple jobs after leaving the workshop.
Right, and I know the word senior is in the event title, but can anyone come to this event, or is it strictly just for seniors?
It's definitely designed for seniors, but in career services, we're certainly not in the business of turning away students who need help. So anyone who wants to come, whether they're looking for a part-time job or for an internship or something like that, if you need assistance in your search, then you are more than welcome to come.
For sure. And how should students prepare before coming to this event? Is there anything that they should do, or should they just show up and see what happens?
Honestly, the nature of this event is really just like come as you are. Like they don't need to do anything to prepare. If students want to bring their laptop, that's great, or a couple jobs they want to apply to, then that's also great. But we're going to have people set up there to help them with, we're bringing our own computers. We'll have people to help them just search for positions that they want to apply to as well.
And you had a senior job search event this past week, but you're having one again on Tuesday. Why do you think it's important to have a reoccurring event like this?
We wanted to have, one of the pieces of feedback that we got last year was to have more job search nights at various times and dates throughout the month of April. So we decided to have 2 this year rather than just 1. And last week we did it on Monday, or I guess earlier this week. We did it on Monday. Yeah. So we wanted to switch up the dates and the times so that it's accommodating to more students depending on their schedule. But I think it's important to have events like this because even though students could essentially just come to career services and do this entire process with like a career coach or career peer assistant, I think it's good to have these events so that you're building the energy around it, and it's something that students can be excited to do and go with their friends. And we made it fun by having a gift card raffle, and we got refreshments and stuff. So I think it's good to build the energy around this and make it exciting.
For sure. Well, thank you, Elise, for coming in today. Back to you, Clarissa.
Students gathered for the last open mic night of the semester, showcasing an array of talents. Our reporter Amani Dela Cruz has the latest.
Currently, I'm at Lake Effect Cafe for the last open mic of this semester. I'm talking to many students here about how they feel about open mic. Gio Santiago is a senior psych major at SUNY Oswego. He loves to sing, and they say open mic night helps them exercise their vocal muscles in front of a crowd.
There's a big difference between performing in front of a room full of people and performing in front of a camera. You have to get your nerves out when there's a lot of people in front of you, so it's good in that sense.
It's the last open mic night of Gio's college career, and they say it's bittersweet.
I didn't come to many of them, but whenever I did, I really had an amazing time and always got a lot of good feedback. And honestly, not sure if after I graduate, I'm going to have something like this to go to anymore. I'm definitely going to miss open mic when I graduate.
I love open mics because I get to spend time with my friends, especially when classes get busy.
Fam also says open mic is a good mental break from the stress of his classes. The open mic night gives students the opportunity to showcase all talents, not just singing. Talents such as guitar, piano, and even acting. Amani Dela Cruz, Oswego Now.
After the breaks, Taylor Swift dropped a surprise on her album release day, and long story short, fans cannot calm down. Find out how the singer had her fans down bad.
And in sports, hear who is racking up awards and honors in Oswego athletics, and why Oswego baseball is locking in for this weekend series. All that and more after the break. Hi, welcome back. I'm Jolie Santiago with your Sports Now report. The baseball series between Oswego State Lakers and Cortland Red Dragons has been shifted to 3 games in 2 days due to weather. Doubleheader starting tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. and the third game is on Sunday at noon in Cortland. Lakers have lost the last 7 games straight to the Red Dragons and averaged 4 runs against them historically. Oswego infielder Tashawn Featherstone says the rivalry is deep.
I'm not sure how it started, but I know that it's just a culture for us. Ever since Coach Landers has been a coach, that we just always get more competitive when we face Cortland.
This week, Featherstone was named SUNYAC's Athlete of the Week, hitting .600 with a slugging percentage of 1.3 and 15 at-bats. And Cortland's Matt Bruno was selected for D3Baseball.com's National Team of the Week, batting .588 with 13 RBIs. He then became the leader in RBIs for Cortland this week. So this weekend's going to be a game to watch for sure. Now, calling all intramural lovers, Campus Recreation is hosting their softball and flag football tournaments this weekend. There are 10-person rosters for softball and 10-people teams for flag football. One of Campus Recreation's grad assistants says they want students to use this time to participate in a good source of exercise and stress relief.
Just to experience recreation as the final season of the semester rolls around and they get to let out any sort of stress from their final exams, as well as realize all the activities that Campus Recreation has to offer, whether it's the introduction of a new sport, meet new friends, get excited for upcoming seasons, because both of these sports rerun twice a year, once in the fall and once in the spring, and hopefully dip their toe into the world of intramural sports.
And spectators can even watch at the Lee Hall Fields, where both tournaments will be taking place this afternoon. And one SUNY Oswego coach is set to be honored in a big way this September as he joins the ranks of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Armelina Williams brings us the story of a coach whose legacy extends beyond the playing field.
Mike Howard, head coach of both Oswego State's wrestling and golf teams, is set to be induced into the upstate New York chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame this September.
Being recognized in that manner really is satisfying because, you're being recognized by a national organization for the work you've put in.
With almost 35 years of coaching under his belt, many people say that Howard's impact on Oswego's wrestling program is undeniable. His team has made 27 NCAA championship appearances, produced 18 NCAA Third Division All-Americans, and secured numerous conference championships.
Probably the biggest thing in both is the relationships that we're able to build with the student athletes involved in each program. So having those relationships, and being able to have an impact on the student athletes' lives.
Through coaching, Howard says he instills discipline, routine, and value that extends beyond the playing field, leaving a lasting impact on Oswego's community.
That's important to us, that when guys leave here, they're going to leave here and be model citizens.
But Howard's influence extends beyond the wrestling mat. His father, Jim Howard, also a coach at Oswego, Howard follows in his father's footsteps, continuing to shape the lives of student athletes. The Howard's family impact isn't limited to wrestling. Mike's children, Brittany and Mike Jr., carry on the tradition as coaches of the women's lacrosse team, reinforcing the family's commitment to athletics and education.
So that's really cool that they have the passion, and I'm able to influence them and help them develop as individuals in their careers. So it's like a family legacy that we feel strongly about, the education and the value of education that Oswego's able to provide.
Howard says he hopes to continue to leave an impact on Oswego's athletes as they prepare for their life.
Thanks, Melina. The upstate chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony will take place this fall on September 29th in East Syracuse at the Doubletree Hotel. The ceremony will feature exhibit tables of honorees. That's all for Sports Now. Back to you, Clarissa.
Thank you, Jolie. It's Taylor Swift's album release day, and what could be a better news than getting not one, but 2 albums from Taylor Swift? Swift first released her highly anticipated 11th studio album, The Tortured Poets Department, on Friday at midnight. Then at 2 a.m., she surprise released an additional album titled TTPD, The Anthology. In her announcement, Swift posted on Instagram that she had written so much tortured poetry over the last 2 years that she wanted to share it with everyone.
Well, that's all for our report tonight. Have a great night.